Guys, welcome back. Good morning to you. It's been a typical crazy week as usual. As everybody knows, we've had a lot of fires nearby. There seems like one's cropping up every day. And you all know Karen Lewis, who's Clue Expressions, Clue Beads. She's a big polymer clay artist. Well, she lives about 45 minutes to the north of me. And she's had two fires prop up over, I think it was last weekend. They were like, she's here, and I think one fire was here and one fire was here. But my son happens to be working not too far away from her, and I guess the smoke was so bad that they shut down his job for 2 days. So he was home Monday and Tuesday. So I couldn't get in here. Plus, I was sick with the flu. I think it started on the weekend, Saturday, and so 4th of July, my daughter came over. She was sick, and she only stayed for a couple hours, or not even an hour, I don't think. She just was not feeling good. We didn't know she had the flu at that time. And then my husband got sick the night after 4th of July. Then we had all his friends come over on Saturday. And then my son went to Big Bear. He got sick, and they ended up cutting their trip short. Came back home Monday and was home Monday, Tuesday of last week, and then I must have got it, I don't know, from one of the four, right? But we are back together. We just got a little bit of congestion going, but I'm here to put some jewelry together. And you guys remember the little bee lentils that I made? And I actually got a lot of these beads. Look at all of this. And so I thought I could make a couple things with at least some of them, and then probably put these in a strand of 6 and sell them at my show. So I kind of doing something different today. And the beads are going to be bright and cheerful, because it has to be, right? We got bees and flowers. So what I did, first of all, is I took a bunch of these check flower beads, because they're just so adorable, and I basically wire wrap them onto chain. So I'm going to do one. I don't think you guys really need to learn how to do that. You probably already do know how to do it. So I found this chain here, and I think this is a Fire Mountain chain, or it could be a Hobby Lobby chain. I'm not really sure, but it's just got these links. And in between the links, you can't get luckier than that. It gives you 3. So, with that, I'm cutting that center one. Okay, and that way we just have one small link. And then I'll cut it at every second little tiny ring on these. So basically what that gives me is just one link. I didn't want to go too much and put too much space in between. So we just got basically one link that was oblong and then the 2 little small ones. And I'm using 24 gauge wire. And I didn't want to wire wrap the whole bracelet, because I think it's a little more uncomfortable. And so I wanted to string this one. Okay, so obviously I'm just making my loop here. And then before I wrap that loop, now you know my fingers, and you know what happens when I get on camera. So hopefully I won't drop anything today. No guarantees though. Alright, so now I've got that up there. Okay. And I like 24 gauge because it's easy to wrap around with your finger, at least to get it started. And then you can pull it tight. I just do 2 wraps. Okay, and then you can take your flower bead. if you can find the hole here. And I'm only going to do one of these because I have all the flowers already done. I did that the other day so that it didn't take me forever to make this video. Okay, so basically you're going to put another piece of chain on this side. Don't forget, because I've done that before and wrapped and forgot to put the chain on. So you just put a chain again on this side, and then you're just going to repeat, and you're just going to keep adding flowers, and then obviously it ends up like this. Okay, so I've got all these little cute agate beads. Some are bright yellow, which I don't want. I'm liking the nice and kind of pale yellow. Okay, so I'm going to put these to the side. And on this one, we're just going to grab some wire. And this is pretty light, so I don't think I need a 19. So I use AccuFlex, but I really want to try bead along. And I don't know if it kinks as easy, because AccuFlex, it kinks. And if it kinks, take a look at what you got. So this is 7 strands. Okay, you don't want the 7 strands. You want the 49 strands. It doesn't kink as much, and it gives a little bit more movement to your stuff. Okay, so we're going to use this. And actually, I have this in different colors. I have a green and a purple, and I've never used any other colors, so I'm going to use purple today. Just because I'm almost out, obviously, of the smoke, or whatever they want to call it. It looks like silver to me. And this one hasn't even been used. Look at that. Okay, and it's a bracelet. So I only really need about 8 inches of this. But we're going to go long. Okay, and I'm going to get one of those little wonderful bead things. These are what I got from Fire Mountain, and they're okay. But the ones that I got, I think from AliExpress, they're so much more comfortable. You can grip them a little bit easier, and with my hands, they're perfect. Alright, so I'm putting little bead caps on the beads just to give it some look. I did string this. I tried all kinds of different beads and silver spacers and stuff like that, and I didn't really care for any of them. And then out of desperation, I just kind of threw on some of these yellow agates, and I really liked the way they looked. So it didn't take away from the big beads because they're small enough. The one thing I didn't try, though, was putting the bead caps, instead of putting them on the big one, put them on one of the little ones. So I'm going to try that on a couple just to see how it'll look. So we're going to do one more set right here. And then we're going to try that. I usually don't go fancy in my bracelets. Usually I just string one strand, but lately I've been trying multi-strand bracelets because I noticed, although nobody really bought any, a lot of people were taking them off the displays and looking at them more than they were the single strand. Although my lemon bead bracelet with the lemon yellow and stuff like that, people seem to have liked that one because that one sold really quick. Alright, so as you can see, I didn't put any silver there. I'm going to put it on the yellow bead just to check it out. I don't know if these are a good size bead cap, because I don't like them when they're bigger than the actual bead. I've seen people where they put the bead caps on their beads that are bigger than the beads, and you can't see the beads. And to me, that just, I don't know, defeats the purpose, I guess. You want to see your beads. Oh, alright, so I'm going to try this just once more. And today I may have to go get my glasses and put them on as I work. Alright, so we're going to put one more on this. And see which one I like better. I mean, they both look pretty good. I kind of like having them though around the, I don't know, it just gives a little sparkle to the center beads, because I've already got these silver beads next to the yellow. So we're going to keep it just like this. Okay, and I'm trying to make sure that all my beads are pretty much the same size. This one seems a little bigger, so I might have to pull that one. I guess it really doesn't matter either. You know, when you're making these, it's just, they're going to be different. They're handmade, not machine, right? So hope you guys are all well. I got a video up yesterday that was 2 days late. Again, sorry. I've been working on a lot of cutters. A lot of custom orders have been coming in. So they've been keeping me on my toes. I know there's a hole in here. This might, oh, I was going to say, I don't think any of these beads didn't have a hole. Okay, that one looks matte because I don't see the shine. So we're going to do this one. Okay, so right now I'm just going to look at it, make sure that I haven't gotten too far with a mistake in there, because I hate pulling things off, and you know me, I seem to do that all the time. Alright, so I'm going to go in this little, this is one that I think I've already pulled from, so I'm going to pull a couple more of these. I should have separated the not buffed to the matte finish. I mean, I could probably put this bracelet when it's finished underneath the buffer very carefully and try and buff a little more. Okay, so I don't know how many of these I'm gonna need. I thought I grabbed some lighter ones. Got a strand of those two sitting out. Okay. And I just need my head. A couple more of those, and I need a couple more bead caps. And I don't imagine me putting them away already. Oh, yep. Alright, well, I put them away. Let me go find them. Oh, nope, I didn't. That was good. I don't think I'm going to need much more. So that one's pretty and colorful. I think that one's too big. Trying to get all kinds of different colors in there, like pinks, and these are probably my favorite beads that I've made, and I think I'm being drawn to making more like this. I love the lentil shape for one. But for two, you can really see the components that you make this way. I'm a little unconventional in the things that I make, and that's okay. Alright, so looking at this right here, we're looking at about 7.5. That worries me because there's still got to be a clasp on it, okay? But as you can see with the lentil bead, this should be big because on my wrist is like, I don't know, I think we're 6 3/4 on the wrist. So a 7-inch would fit perfectly. 7.5, a little too big. It's going to fit about right there. Yeah, so I'm just at 6 3/4. But I can't be looking at my wrist, right? I have to be looking at what other people are wearing, because this isn't for me. Could be. Nobody buys it. It definitely will be. Okay, so I love this pink right here. And I've got all these yellows and stuff like that. I'm thinking I need to put the pink like right here in the middle so you can see it better. So regardless, I'm still taking things apart, right? It's just the nature of the game. Actually, take this off. Now put this here. Okay, so we're going to put it right here. There it is. I love having all these colors in them. So I am printing rollers today because we have sold out on a lot of our rollers. A couple have bought some of the new ones that I just put up. So we're replenishing the store today since it's a little slow. So it's giving me the perfect opportunity to catch back up. And then we're leaving for the beach in, what, a couple of weeks now? I don't know if I really want to go. I mean, I love the beach. And I love going out for Makita. Why do I feel like I didn't use that pink? I did. It's right there. Alright, so this one, we're going to do this pink one as well. Oh, this was that bigger one that I didn't want to use. Okay, that makes sense. So here's a smaller one. That one's not too bad. I think I might need a little smaller though. Ooh, okay, so that's kind of like a bright yellow. Just throw that one in there. Okay. And I forgot a little head pin. Or not a head pin, a bead cap. And yes, before I put that final crimp bead on, I make sure that I'm not messed up here. Alright, and I think we were going to stop it at this one. I don't remember how many we pulled off. I think it was 3. Usually about 6 of my lentils are for a bracelet. Yep. Okay. So that is that. Alright, so I'm going to go blow my nose real quick. Sorry to say that. And I will be right back. And we'll get the ends on it. We'll see you in a bit. Alrighty, so we got our eyes on here. I don't know if it makes it any better. I can't see far away, but yet if I start pulling this closer to me, I'm not going to be able to see either. And the funny thing is these are progressive, so I should be able to lift my head and see out of this real clear, right? Yeah, no. I have a hard time remembering that these are progressive. Alright, so I am putting wire guards on the end here. But I want real small ones. So yes, the glasses come off. And I like these two right here. Okay. And what I mean by small is some of these have really big holes, some have really teeny holes. And because I'm using such a light gauge on my wire here, I'd rather have the smaller one. Now, if you want to keep a pair of earrings from coming off, what you can do is like I did on my last one that I did, but I don't think I did it for you guys. It is on my Me and the Mutts YouTube channel, which I really need to get rid of that. But I used 8mm 18 gauge beads, and the reason I did was because these are soldered, so this is not coming off. The only problem is I don't know if this is going to make this really big. Okay, because it's going to add a little bit to this, right? And it might pull it past 7.5, I don't know. But because of it being lentil, it may work fine. Alright, so what I have to do now is just manipulate this right here in the middle of the ring. And that's where I kind of struggled the last time. Just because of my fingers. There we go. Okay. And then of course just string it back through. A few beads here. And then before I put on the other side, I will check and make sure that everything is perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go through the big one. I think that will give me plenty of string here. Okay, this one does not want to go in here. Wow, I cannot get this guy in there. There we go. Okay. So really quick, we are going to crimp this. I've got a few different crimpers. This is just the standard. And I'm kind of going a little lower than the actual wire guard, because we're going to add a little tiny crimp bead to hide this end. Okay, so let me find one of those. I have some that are really, really big. and some that are really, really small. And I am looking for the small ones. And it looks like that's going to be this one right here. So I need 2 of those for now. Alright, so we got those 2. And then I just use the sharp end of my crimp tool and it seems to put it on really easy without bending it sideways, which I literally just did. Then you just push it back. It should have a round bead. Okay, so let's get all these back up there, and then I'm going to look this over and make sure I did not miss a bead. I'm going to get this back in here. Alright, so we should have a head pin. Alright. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Got a bead cap, 2 centers, bead cap, 2 silvers on that, 2 silvers on that. And that looks good. Okay, I don't need that bead cap here. Alright, so now let's look at size here. Alrighty, I think we're okay. So now all we need is another crimp bead. I know I pulled 2 out. And then a wire guard. Coming down the side. And I need 1 more 18 gauge hoop. Okay. Well, that was much easier. I want to be able to pull this, but I don't know what the problem is here. Just making sure that I'm using 49 strand because for some reason it just felt really stiff. Alright, so now we got it. And obviously we don't want to be really stiff. So we want a little movement in there, right? So right there should be fine. And a good way to make it so that it doesn't loosen up on you is put a bead holder right there. That just fell off, right? Okay. Make sure that that don't move anywhere. And one more bead crimp. Now I could leave the bracelet just like this. It's this little tiny jump ring that is getting in my way, and it's starting to annoy me here. And I don't know how to get it out of my way in order to finish this. Okay, I don't want to grab the wire guard. Okay. So now we just kind of push this in and make it more rounded. Grab some wider. There we go. Alrighty, so we're done. So now, with me, obviously I like using lobster claws, or not lobster claws, toggle clasps. Just because my hands really can't grip them. So let me get like a 5mm jump ring, just something small. And again, I try and use 18 gauge because it's just so much stronger. I need to order some more as well. So if any of you guys need anything from Fire Mountain Gems, let me know. We will get the lowest price. I don't want a 7mm. But yeah, I'm gonna have to order some jump rings and head pins and eye pins. So I'm gonna have to place an order here soon. So if anybody needs anything, find out how you can reach me. You can reach me on Facebook. I am as Irene Lucas, which is L-O-U-K-A-S. Total Greek name, right? Or you can go to Creative Dork Polymer Clay Cutters on Facebook. And I'll show you how to get the order to me. You basically just write everything you want down with the numbers, the amount, and then add it all up. And that's basically it. I usually do $1 charge, $1 to $2 charge per person to help with shipping. But it's not like I'm not going to buy any for myself, so I usually don't worry about shipping unless it's a really big order. Alright, so this is it on me. Okay, and it's kind of a little big on me. Just single. So if I were to do this again, I would go, I don't know, I would either take out, if I took out one whole bead, that would be quite a bit. But we're still not done. So I want to add this to it. So this might help shorten it up because it's going to make it a little bit more bulky. And there's a couple wires here that I did not finish. I don't want that sticking out at anybody. There's a couple of them. I started out really good and cleaned a lot of it up, and then I stopped, so I will have to go through that one. So again, we're going to go 5mm jump rings, just something small. And then I think we're going to make some more beads today, or a cane, which I told you I wouldn't make anymore, but I would take a break and make some canes. Or take some of the canes that I had and make more beads. So I'll have to look what's in there. And of course, I knew that I would drop at least one today. And I think that's 2. Alright. So, I don't even know how this is going to look together. It just looked like it would be fun. And I'm definitely going to have to find a charm. Some kind of a bee charm as well. Okay, so that bulked it up a little bit. Oh my goodness. Now, as you can see how I'm struggling with just a clasp like this. You know what I struggle with a lobster claw. And I know that I just put that on upside down, but... Alright, so that bulked it up. Not sure if I like it or not. Why don't you guys give me your advice? I could do a third one. And I'm seeing it right here. I'm seeing pink. I'm seeing pink seed beads. Or something to that effect. Maybe a little smaller. Let's see what I've got in here. You can do pink crystals. No, not bright enough. Oh, these are pretty. These are more beachy. Hoop! I did not know that strand was open. Let's add these 2. Those are a little too light. Huh. Well, we're going to leave it like this. If we decide to add something else, we will. But let me show you what this looks like. It's got all kinds of summer colors, right? So let me check really quick on some kind of charms for this, and I'll be right back. Alright, you definitely don't want to look into this container that I just pulled out here. Charms? Sure, we got charms. We got lots of charms. We've got leaves. We have southwestern stuff. We have under the sea stuff. That's all sand dollars and stuff like this. We have owls and butterflies. But I'm sure that I have a container in here that will just be flying things. Like right here we have butterflies and birds. So I'm going to peek in here. If I have any bees, I would think they'd be in here. We have some dragonflies. A lot of owls. I gotta have at least one bee. I have to. Got a little ladybug, which wouldn't be too bad. Got a little ladybug charm. Put my glasses on for this. And I guess if I wanted to, I could also do a butterfly, but I'd really like to find a little bee. And out of all of that, there was not one bee in there. I have a bee, but it's gold. Oh, I wonder if I have those in silver. I have so much stuff, guys. I really wish some of you lived closer to me. Seriously. Just to create together and something, because I'm going a little too slow for my liking. Well, I don't have any bees. Oh, I do have one. It's kind of big though. It's like that one with the gold. So I'm going to pull that one out. I don't know if I like that one at all. I don't like the real big ones. Yep. So that's all that I have. Which is a lot, but I was really hoping I'd have a bee in here. So there's a ladybug. I mean, I could even do a dragonfly. So there's a couple ways you can hang these. You could hang one in the center. Here's another. Man, these are just dingy. These I don't like. You don't always have to come off on the end like that. You can hang a couple of these in the center. You know, you can just put a jump ring right here and hang one like in the middle. I don't know if I want to do that because I don't know how well they lay, if that makes sense. So again, I'm going to do 18 gauge. Yeah, I'm not sure I like this bee or not. I really don't, but I'll put it on just to show you. That one's just really big and bulky, I think. You know, but you can just run. Oh, you'd have to get a bigger one for that. How's that? But you'd hang it on the side with the circle part of your toggle clasp if you're using a toggle, just because on this one you have to pull it through the big one, and so if you hang all these, it's just going to make it harder to get this to pull through. Okay, so I put on that little ladybug, and we'll see if I like this bee or not. Okay, and then I thought I didn't realize that I put my butterfly away. But I'm going to do a 7 gauge ring here, just to show you what I mean about putting this somewhere in the center. So we're just going to grab any place. And a 7 might have been too big, too small. Okay, so let's try this one more time here. And this needs to come on from the back to the front. Not from the front to the back. Okay. See, so you can put a couple of these somewhere and they could hang off, but they kind of hang a little funny. So you'll just have to play around with it and wear it. That's not too bad. I do like them on the end right there. But with the bee, it's just so big, so I'm going to have to move that so that the ladybug's on top a little bit. And it fits. It doesn't fall off. So I think it'll fit anybody that has 7 to 7.5 inch wrist. Now, if you really wanted to, if you didn't want this floating around like this, you could also take a jump ring, right, and just attach it so that it's stuck on here. I'll try that, but again, you've got to play around and make sure that it's still hanging okay. Because if you want it loose, don't do this. Right? But if you do want it so it doesn't move around so much, you could put a couple rings there and here, but see, I'm not sure I like that. Yeah, I don't. So we'll take that off, but it does work on some types of bracelets where you could do that. Alrighty guys, well, all I gotta do is take this off. I'll show you the final piece. And then we're going to go ahead and start something else that will be available on Sunday for you. I'm trying to get ahead of myself so I can make a couple more videos while I'm on vacation, because it'll be a Sunday and a Monday, or Sunday through Wednesday. So I will miss a whole week of videos. So if I can get caught up, then I will be able to do that now. Okay, so anyways, take a look at this. And you see our little bee and our little butterfly, right? And our little, whatever you want to call them, our little dragonfly. All right, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in a little bit. Bye.